freaking hot up here. So you want to learn how to run farther distances. Don't we all? If any of you find out, please let me know. For anybody watching this, clearly we're pretty close to the same page. I just recently started running this year. I'm about 5 months into my running career, we should say. I used to run when I was younger, but now I'm just getting back into it. 5 months in, I just completed my first marathon last month on my birthday. It was the most awesome day ever. So I feel pretty accomplished, and I finally feel like I'm learning how to run farther and more efficiently. For every single person who's watching right now, I promise you there is no magic formula. There is nothing that just makes you run farther. This video is not the magic pill that you're thinking of. But over time, I have put many hours into studying at the University of YouTube and the University of Google, and I have obtained a lot of knowledge that I want to share with you guys today. The reason I want to share with you guys is because I was a struggling runner not too long ago. Shin splints, achy joints, bad breathing, everything was terrible. And I hit my point where I actually just wanted to stop running all in all. And I understood the reason why I didn't do it all these years, because it didn't feel good. But with time and with effort, I promise there's a lot of good things that come with running, and I'm learning to enjoy it. Over here, I have 5 tips to run longer distances. And now I'm teaching them at the University of YouTube. So, welcome class. Tip number 1 that I have for you, that I cannot stress enough before you get going, you get out there to go running, stretch. Stretching is one of the most boring things that you will ever do in your life, but the benefit of stretching before you go to run is substantial. I'm a BMX rider. I move like a brick. I am built like a brick. I've fallen a million times. Everything hurts all times. I don't stretch good. I've had surgeries that I'm not the guy for it. I used to run and feel miserable at all times because things weren't moving right. A little stretching before your run, I'm talking 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it takes. Get your body moving in different ways that don't feel comfortable, because once you get running, you're gonna feel comfortable. I struggled so much with shin splints especially, but luckily I learned how to stretch accordingly, and I don't struggle with that anymore. I feel like a new man. I'll show you guys 5 stretches that have helped me beyond belief. The second tip that I have for you guys is lose the music. When I run, I don't want to think about running. I want to think about anything else but running. But when you feel all these pains, you feel uncomfortable, you try to fix yourself while you run, and that only makes things worse. 2 headphones is not a good idea. If you're running on the road, you should be running against traffic, which means you should not have, in America at least, you should not have your right headphone in. So you can hear traffic, you can hear everything that's going on the side of you, and you can listen to a little music in your left ear. But music is tough to run to. You shouldn't do it at first. When you're listening to music and you're listening to your pump-up song, I know I get jamming and I just start going. But next thing you know is everything speeds up. So if you got your EDM playing, you got your Skrillex going in one ear, you're gonna run to the beat of Skrillex. So next thing you know, you're outrunning yourself. You're overstriding, you're going too far. You're trying to do too much for what you're capable of at this point. The best thing I could say to you is, if you're one of those people who has to run with music no matter what, 1 headphone and lower the music. So you still got the beat in one ear, but you can still hear yourself step. The issue is when you can't hear yourself step, you just start to run to the beat of the music, and that is gonna drag you down a very deep hole that you can't get out of. Cut it down to 1 headphone so you can still hear yourself step. And as long as you can still hear yourself step, you're gonna know that you're not running too fast for yourself or running too slow. That leads me into tip number 3, stride length. So like I said, when you're listening to your music, you start to overstride. Overstriding is when basically your foot is going too far out in front of your knee. I've looked all this up on Google and I feel pretty confident about this. I, an extremely professionally amateur runner, overstride all the time. I'm trying to run too fast. I'm not ready for it. chances are, if you're watching this, you're probably not going to try and win this right now. You're probably going for completion. We're just the completioners. We're on the same level here. One foot in front of the other. Let's focus on that before we focus on the speed. When you're overstriding, you are gonna cause more pain. So everyone says running is really bad for you, and a lot of times that is because everything is too abrupt on your knees. Your knees aren't built to run. Your body's not built to run. When you overstride every single time, if your foot goes out too far ahead of your knee, you're also gonna slow yourself down. It's like a e-brake every single time. You wanna be on the acceleration. You wanna be kicking behind you at all times. If you're stepping in front of you, you're just stopping. You're stopping your motion completely. Tip number 4, relax. Every time you run is not a race. You do not need to be number 1. Slow it down. Take everything step by step. Running is a big mental game. So if you're running, you're getting a little aggravated, you start feeling your pains or things just aren't going your way, your body tends to tense up. If you notice that you're squeezing your hand, you are too tense to be running right now. Open up your hands. They say when you run, your hands are supposed to be soft enough that imagine an egg in your hand, you wouldn't crack it. So try and run almost open-handed at all times. The other thing is when you relax, you want to bring your shoulders back and drop them down. Another reason why I say relax while you run is because some people tend to try and work too hard to get that next step. You start swaying your arms, which swaying your arms does help, but not when they're crossing your body. Good rule of thumb that I learned from somebody else on YouTube, don't let your arms cross your midsection. If they're crossing that middle point, imagine as a line, then you are running too hard. You are running too stiff. Relax, shoulders back, hands open, and let it groove. Tip number 5, possibly the most important on this whole entire list, is breathing/talking. When you stress yourself out from running, you're running harder and harder, you tend to breathe harder, especially when you're breathing through your mouth. It's not good. The idea is to slow your breathing down while you run. You don't want to breathe at the same rate of how you're running. So not every step should have a breath out. I found it the easiest and most beneficial for me to breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. When you breathe in through your nose, I do like a 3 count. So, and then out through your mouth, 3 count. So you're still kind of breathing at your steps, but at least you're only breathing in for 3, breathing out for 3. Thing is if you're breathing too fast, you're just gonna keep building your heart rate and you're gonna fall apart much quicker. If you're trying to go long distance, slow everything down that's around you, take it easy and mentally relax yourself. By breathing easier, you're literally going to relax your body and tell your body, hey, it's okay, I can keep going. When it comes to talking, run with one of your friends. It's always beneficial and motivational to have somebody to run with, but do not run with somebody who does not let you speak.
No, listen, we're gonna get down the street. No, you can't even listen. I'm gonna go down the street. Matt! Hey, Matt, come back, hey!
If you have somebody who you're running with that does not let you talk, chances are you are not gonna be breathing at the right speed and you guys are gonna run at the wrong pace. Like I said, everyone, I am no professional runner. I am extremely professionally amateur at running. I am learning, but as I'm learning, I wanna tell every single one of you to maybe help you guys out who are watching this. You're all having the same issue that I am, and trust me, I've been there. I'm still getting over it. 5 months ago, I could not run for more than 2 minutes on the treadmill. I felt like just a big brick running. I felt terrible. I just ran my first marathon, and at the end of the year, I am planning on running my first Ironman. That is the ultimate goal of everything that I'm doing. I came up with the idea, and I'm slowly but surely getting closer to completing my Ironman. If you have done any goal that you've made, any type of running, riding, I don't care, whatever you're doing, congratulations, you're on the right track. Keep doing you because I believe in you. I can't promise that any of these tips are gonna help you, but take what you can from this video. Regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please go like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying my best for you guys to keep giving you good content, and as long as I'm learning, I will keep handing over my information regardless of how it goes. Go make the most of your day. The time is now. Get soaked. We're gonna make it.